losing your speed.
No, it is not. But
We're live. We're
but
live.
it's not 8:30, so
This is true. It's not 8:30. It's definitely a little bit later
yeah,
than that.
I got the cushion of an hour
Yes.
and didn't have to change my clocks either.
And well, look at you.
Didn't have to
Well,
do
good
the
morning,
move forward.
everybody. Good morning. Good morning. We are live in the studio this morning from our individual studios, from our individual locations, looking to see what the market has to offer us this morning. The bell's gonna ring in a right now. The bell is ringing in a right now. In a right now. Let's see what is going on. What's going on? Let's see what's going on right off the rip. It is Friday. Some people call it Lotto Friday. I'm not a fan of that idea because I feel like if you've taken time during the week to really prep yourself for your trading and everything, that you don't want to throw it all away on a Friday lotto per se. You don't want to throw it away on a Friday lotto. That's my thoughts here. That's my thoughts. Don't want to toss away your gains from all week just by doing what's called a lotto. Let's put this on a smaller time frame. I'll take us down to the 5 here.
Quick question for you.
Yep.
What was the for the to mark the previous day information where you was it the open high low close
Yeah.
that you're marking?
Yes.
Okay.
You're
Thank you.
remounting previous day high, previous day low, and the close, and then you're marking pre-market stuff.
Okay. For some reason I can't get that pre-market stuff, but that's fine.
What do you mean you can't get it?
It doesn't show up on my think or swim
Well,
chart.
there is there pre-market in the rut though? There may not be any.
There was some on your screen when you were showing it to us.
I did rut. I looked at rut or looked at something else.
I thought you looked at Russell 2000,
Oh,
but
hmm.
we ain't got to worry about it now. I just wanted to start marking mine. Thank you
Well,
kindly.
here you're welcome. This is the 5 minute chart, and I don't see anything between the two. So, what was I looking at then? Was I looking at NDX maybe or something else?
Maybe. I mean, I can go back and check it, but I thought it was Russell
Mm,
2000.
I thought it might have been too, but I think I have that turned off, which is probably why it's not showing up here. Um, my screen is going mighty slow there. Okay, the VIX this morning is at 1926. The VIX is at 1926 this morning. It's down about 3%. VIX being down means there's probably a little bit of movement happening up, but it's still in the 19s, right? Good morning, Janae, TGIF. Absolutely. Good morning, Ward. Hey, Carmen. Good morning. Hey, Tiva. Morning, SPY. Always look at SPY for pre-market for SPX. Yes, you can look at, if you have Trading View, you can look at SPY. If you have Trading View, you can look at SPX 500. SPX 500 will tell you what's going on with the pre-market area there. But if you don't, you can always, like you said, you can use SPY. SPY will give you, at least it'll give you, which direction things are going. It'll definitely give you that. Okay. For sure. Okay, that was the VIX. We were talking about 19.26. Let's go. I'm going to jump real quick to the morning news or the morning data points so we can see what came out here. Average hourly earnings month over month at 0.4% is showing green. They thought it was going to be 0.3%. Non-farm employment was at 142,000. Previous was 89, but then they were projecting 164,000. So maybe this is, it's showing red, but maybe they thought there would be more. Anyway, yeah, maybe so, because it's 164 and it's only at 142, so not quite where it's supposed to be. Unemployment rate is steady, 4.2%. FOMC member Williams is speaking, has already spoken at 8:45, and at 10 o'clock we will have FOMC member Waller will speak, and that's a red folder. So keep in mind, 11 o'clock, which is past our little 10 o'clock turnaround time, but we're trading and watching. Now, if you are doing selling, if you're doing your selling stuff, should be closing up today. Like my INTU, I turned that on last Friday, and that has just hung on to the premiums. It's just like hanging on. I'm holding on, but now it's like it's drawing down now. But it waited till today to start to draw down. Ulta, I saw Ulta on one of my strat screeners for a hammer going up. So that's my Ulta credit spreads. I'm mentioning these because these are the credit spreads I have. Ulta, INTU, I have XSP and Triple Q from yesterday. Those are all of my credit spreads that are preferably closing in profit today, and they both are. Actually, my Ulta is at 63% profitable. It's ready to the close order should fill in soon, and INTU is at a 38%, so it should fill soon too. Okay. As far as things today, though, we're looking here. Let me make this a little bit bigger for those who are on the screen. I used to do like I used to have a whole lot of things on Friday that I would have to be contending with on a Friday, and it would really affect my mental abilities because many of them would be going fine and some of them would not be, and it just made Fridays real difficult. So I really try as best I can to close off the trades that are from during the week. I really want to try to have them closed before Friday. And then Friday afternoon, I do look for subsequent trades. We always look, I look at the alerts. I look at something went in my eye. I look at the peak bot watch list for the upcoming week because I want to be able to see what could be some things for the next week that I can get in on Friday. And those things I can let Theta help me over the weekend. So that's something you should look at this afternoon. So in the membership, make sure that we hop on today. When I say hop on, that like we all come into the group. When I say hop on, I don't mean like get another call. I mean like let's get into the group and look for our, some trades that we might want to swing over the weekend into our credit spreads. Okay, that's one thing we'll do together. We'll do together this afternoon. Okay, 8:45, 10 o'clock, we are having total vehicle sales. 11 o'clock, we got Waller speaking to. It only says here there's 2 stars. On the Forex, it had it as 3 stars. And then you've got the rig count and all that good stuff is happening there too. Okay, let's see what SPX is doing. Is this, nope, that's Tesla over here. Tesla, I'm waiting for Tesla to do, it needs to get above 2, maybe 233, but it's pulling back at this point, which is fine with me. Do all the pulling you need to do. As long as when it come time, you ready to make it move, make that move right now, Tesla. Yes, okay. Triple Q looks like it's pulling down a bit. I'm going down. Alrighty. That's what's happening with Triple Q, which probably is going to be something very similar to SPX, but let's switch over to SPX. SPX gapped up this morning. Ooh, look at this big old monster wick. It ran and then boom, boom. People who hop in on calls thinking it's going to go and go. Oh man, it's just bad because people who hop on really fast, them first few minutes of the trading day, it's just there's so much happening there. Mainly what's happening is the fact that the orders from the previous night, from overnight or from this morning, those orders are being processed first thing in the morning, right? So all those orders, you see how now this went from green to red and it's going back to green, and what we're going to do. What we're going to do now. Okay, I'm switching over Tesla to a 15-minute candle too. Okay, where are we? Let's go look at earnings this morning. Good morning, Tamar. How you doing? Tamar, you've been trading EMPH or you put in EMPH down? I had to put EMPH down because it just takes too long for them premiums to draw down. But Ulta has been a nice replacement, but I'm not a fan that Ulta was. What I got into Ulta yesterday, actually, because I closed my Ulta that was from last Friday. I closed it yesterday and I entered, the day before yesterday, and I entered Ulta for today. The premiums was still looking quite nice. I think I got in for what, $90, I think, yesterday for that credit spread, 250, 2.5 spread. And we're gonna pray that all goes well with that. That's why I should have Ulta over here on this screen, not Tesla. How about we do that? Earnings for last night was AVGO, which we need to look at AVGO, see if something happened of interest in Broadcom. Samsara DocuSign was there. DOCU Smartsheet, Rip the Runway or Rent the Runway. You could rip the runway too, I guess. Zoomies, Braze, UiPath. Jamie, you can tell me what Path is because I don't know what does Path do. And this morning, Big Lots, Janesco, Brady, some of those. Do you know, Jamie, what Path does?
I know that they are software infrastructure.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can tell you in a minute, and after I check my notes.
Okay, no problem. So let's look at, I'm going to look at what Adam had to say this morning. Adam says the 54.77 level remains highly actionable in SPX. It held 2 times yesterday for 40 and 20 point bounces. I posted it had to recover the squeeze today and good follow through. 54.06 is hit, 55.04 where the targets is posted. Protect your profits, leave runners. 55.13, 55.35 if the bulls want it. If we dip, then we're going down to 54. Well, sorry, dip less than 54.77. If it gets below 54.77, there's going to be a dip, baby. Oh, the AV Gold didn't do too well on them earnings because they dropped or burnt. Let me switch over to, let me finish Adams because that's what happens when you look away. The gap between ES and SPX is 15. I'm thinking that it's about time for that to change over. So the gap may widen itself over the weekend. I know that it changes from one nomenclature to the next in this space of time. So it may change here soon. If you're trading XSP, you got 554 on the call credit spread side and 547 on the put credit spread side. Hold Jamie, and then I'm coming to you shortly. I wanted you all to see AV Go and what happened in the AV Go. I wanted y'all to see that, to see how we had a big drop. We went from close yesterday 153 and we opened here at 143, about a 10-point drop this morning in AV Go. We'll see. We talked yesterday in our training last night. We talked about gaps, right? We're on 15 minutes. We talked about gaps. How would we trade this gap if we wanted to? Now, we would look for us. Jamie, wait a minute. We would look for us because you.
Sorry.
That's all right. There we go. Well, we look at the AV Go real quick. Then I'm gonna hand it over. So if you talked about gaps last night, you got a big gap here. You need to check out to see if you wanted to trade AV Go, what would you do? Would you gap and go? Is it gonna gap and retreat? You need to watch and see. We do have time frame continuity going to the downside on the hour and the day. Hour in the day would make sense since this is the first hour and it is the day. But week, month, and quarter are also red. So there's definitely a potential for some more downside action with AV Go. So I think AV Go was like the last hurrah that was maybe going to recover our semis, but AV Go don't look like it's picking up the ball. Sound like it's picking up the ball. All righty, Jamie, you are on. It's up to you, Jack.
Is that how that works?
Yes. Listen, that was a better lead-in than previous days.
That's funny. Okay, so yeah, sorry about that. I thought I was able to put the screen up and have it ready without it going to add to stage.
You should have it. It should be able to do that. It should be able to do that. But go ahead.
Okay. All righty, people. So first of all, good morning, and this is our tech quick hits for today. Everybody is going crazy over NVIDIA, but they're saying they did not receive an antitrust subpoena.
Oh, interesting.
So whoever reported it, may have caused that stock to drop allegedly, but NVIDIA is straight up pulling that Bugs Bunny type of I don't know who did what. Did you receive the subpoena? No, boss. I don't even know how to spell subpoena. That's basically what they doing. SUPEENA? No, I didn't get one of them. That's what they doing. So they talking about we have inquired with the U.S. Department of Justice and have not been subpoenaed. But then they pulling one of them big red 5 heartbeats. Nonetheless, we are happy to answer any questions regulator may have about our business. right?
Mm.
Our office hours are 9 to 5. That's basically what they're saying. So so for those who might have got up in arms about that, they're saying that we didn't receive any information, and they got Nvidia has more than 80% of the data center AI chip market, according to industry estimates. If you're paying attention to anything going on with the tech space, one of the things that's actually kind of annoying me is that it sounds like the government is trying to
Mm,
stop the big tech from like acquiring businesses as they continue to grow themselves, and that's becoming uh, a big deal, not just for Nvidia but for other tech. They same thing happened with Microsoft, and they all get that. So we talked about Intel on a previous call, on a previous stream, and I was telling y'all, I think it was last week, and I was telling y'all that about AMD and how AMD's stock price back in like 2014 was like $14, and now it's like way 10 times more than that, something like that. One of the things they
mhm,
did was shed their foundries, shed the
mm.
debt, and so this came up. One of so CT, which is Citibank, I believe. Um, they're seeing a big boost for Intel's margins and profits if they exit the foundry, which is what
Oh,
I was
okay.
talking about. So
But isn't that
um,
a big piece of their business? Isn't that what they need or no?
they may not need the whole thing. What's more important for them is to stay connected to their ability to basically connect to like the CPUs. But some of this other stuff, like what happened most recently is, so Broadcom, which is Avgo, um, was receiving these wafers and from Intel. And so they needed these wafers in order to be able to go to the next step in what they were trying to do. And the wafers were not working.
Mm,
It wasn't doing what Broadcom needed it to do. And so again, Intel keeps dropping the ball on this type of stuff. And so when it comes to the CPU the computer chip manufacturing operations, their bread and butter really with Intel is CPU design.
okay.
But yeah, but that's the rest of that is starting to be a problem for Intel. So they seem to keep dropping, but also the desktop CPUs that are coming up are going to be built mainly using Taiwan Semiconductor for
Uh,
this one particular Arrow Lake desktop CPU. So, um,
is that a good thing
Intel
or no?
is, say it again.
Is that a good thing or no?
It depends on how you look at it. So this is what it says. TMC wasn't named directly, but the chip manufacturing giant began producing chips for Intel's laptop-focused Lunar Lake line and Arrow Lake in June. So according to the reports out of Taiwan, so they're not saying, oh, Taiwan, but Taiwan Semiconductors, they producing stuff for everybody. So it shouldn't be any type of surprise when their name comes up for anything in terms of outsourcing. So um, but yeah, so for those that are trading Intel, like I said before, it has been on a consistent drop. It does pop every once in a while, but in terms of the business and what they're supposed to have, um, this is not good. This is not good. So
Okay.
in my opinion, it's not good. It might spur them to do some things that'll help them out, but they keep having more negative news, in my opinion. So
Well, we were talking about in Impact yesterday. We were talking about Intel and how they really can't seem to get moving. And one of the things TJ said is that Intel, of course, Intel has plenty of money. He said, but what they're trying to do too many things. It's almost like because the reference back was to GE, where GE, when it had all those different divisions, it was hard when GE started to break off and segment all their different businesses, they started to see profitability because some stuff was just weighing them down. And he was using that as the same reference like to what Intel's got going, that Intel needs to probably, either break off or shed some of the businesses, just like you're saying right now that Intel is still solid from that standpoint, but they need like a restructuring, and something about needing to find the money to get restructured because restructuring ain't cheap.
Yeah, I mean, and exactly what you're saying is what this sentence is here. Intel is killing off the 28 process as it faces a dire financial outlook, causing it to cut a staggering 15,000 jobs and consider selling off certain businesses. I mean, it's an effort to shave some costs. So yeah, I think that I honestly don't think, like I've said before, I cannot see them regaining market share that they had. Obviously, I don't think that they're going bankrupt, but I think once you drop the ball and then you got other competitors stepping in, not just Nvidia, but you got other competitors stepping in that can do what you should have been doing. That's a problem. So we'll see how it all plays out. But as of right now, when it comes to Intel, I would say watch the chart. But if I was looking to trade them, I would be expecting to do some call credit spreads.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
just me, not investment advice.
Right.
And that's it.
That's all we had for today.
That's all we got.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, yeah. No. Shucky ducky. Hold on. In the wrong place. Making moves in the wrong place. Yeah, that's cool. Okay. So back to, we saw what Adam had to say. Intel CFO said they haven't received the money. Yeah, they got some money. They got some money, definitely so. Real quick, I wanted to share with you that I launched this book or released this book the other day, maybe 2 or 3 days ago. I released this book. It's when to use credit spreads versus debit spreads. It's in my Etsy shop at bit.ly, bit.ly/MELINSP. The I is capital. You can go over to the shop and grab an immediate download of the copy of When Do We Use Credit Spreads versus Debit Spreads, because there are situations that call for one and call for the other, and you kind of want to know, when do you deploy your tools? Basically, when do you pull out your big boy toys? When do you go ahead and pull those out, right? It's what we want to see. This one here has absolutely nothing to do with trading, but I also released a calendar yesterday. It had nothing to do with trading, but I realized that my artistic side that I had not really been using a whole lot. It's the relief I needed, to my brain needed to release in a creative space versus the technical space. So I released a calendar yesterday. It's a cookie calendar. It's got 12 different cookies and 12 different cookie recipes in it. The recipes, the calendar, it's on my at my Etsy shop. So again, it has nothing to do with trading, but I'm a well-rounded individual, and wanted to make sure that I release all of my goodness to the world and beyond. So the calendar, artisanal cookies for every season. I'm actually working on another one. My next one, I won't tell y'all what that thing is going, but it's also going to be baking. Ooh. I won't tell you what it is. Do we have any bakers in the group? Who here likes to bake? Is there anybody here who likes to bake? I like to bake a little bit. I don't really do a whole lot of cookies, because if I make them, then somebody's got to eat them. And yeah, that. Okay. Charting challenge is still going on. The charting challenge is still going on. I know if I made cookies and sent Jamie some, I know he'd eat them and tell me whether they were good or not. I already know he would. Wouldn't you, Jamie?
You know you right. You preaching.
Ward says, I cook spaghetti and chili. You're making me hungry. That's a nice looking calendar. Thank you. Thank y'all. Appreciate it. Pass the link on to your people. And maybe even they make good gifts, even if it's not something that you would personally buy for you, but maybe buy it for a gift. The charting challenge is still underway. Yesterday we covered gaps last night, and I believe we opened up a few eyes in the area of gaps and how do we mark them, how do we trade them, what do we do, all that good stuff was last evening, right? Saturday, which be tomorrow, we're going to have a practice session inside of our charting challenge. In our practice session, we're going to see, we're going to push our own buttons. Everybody's going to get to do their own thing, right? To see where do you need your help. For the first few sessions, I'm the one who was doing the talking and teaching and showing, but I want to make sure that we have the time on Saturdays to have our practice sessions. That's going to be tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. If you need to join, if you want to join the charting challenge, it is not too late. You can come on over and join the charting challenge with us over at Educator. I think it's running along the bottom of the ticker anyway, educator to trader.com, right? You can go ahead and come on. Jamie says that Path is the robotics automation software space, is in that space. Okay. Makes sense to me. All righty. All right. Let's keep going. Please click the like button. Please click the like button. This is our list for the week we're looking at. I'm going to take us over to the screen inside of where all of our trades are actually hanging out at. To see what we got going here. Looks like it should be big enough. Baba is ready to close. Looks like profitable, 87%. Baidu is at 95%. This C trade looks like it has got an ITM here, so it's in the money, 61. It's barely in the money. It's at 60.92, and it's a 60-61 put credit spread, so it needs to close above 61. At this point, if I wanted to close it right now, though, it is currently worth $30. I received $13, and it's now worth $30. So if I was concerned about it not doing or not managing, look at the chart. You want to go check the chart to make sure what it's doing. And if you don't think it's going to get above 61, then you could close it right here. Or you could, because it's so close to the sell leg, right? You could give it some time. Let Theta continue to help you with this one. But the trade at this point, I wouldn't consider it. I wouldn't consider this a loss on that trade. As far as, if you want to close it, you could, but you do see, I'm on the chart now, and with a chart on the 5 minute, maybe we can change it over to 15, and you can see that it is trying to do some climbing. So I would just watch. The moving averages are starting to cross over on the 15 chart. So this would be one, if you were in the C trade, you definitely want to watch. Okay. You definitely want to watch. All righty. Let's go back to the monitor screen. That was the C trade. Caesar is ready. The DoorDash looks like price is at 125.37 and the sale leg is at 125. So it's not breached, but it's in the zone, it's in the area. So this would be one that would maintain some watching. At this point, it's about $23 is what it's worth. I took in $21, so it's basically right where I took in, and it's not breached yet. So this is one that I would leave to watch for the day. It expires today, so you just need Theta to keep working and the price to stay above 125. Okay. Datadog is ready. Disney's ready. Google's ready. Kroger's ready. Let's see what Love. This is Love is the Southwest Airlines, right? Come on, you can drop down. I'm clicking. There we go. 30.31. So it is between these two. Current price is $30.20. It's between these two. We would want to go look on the chart to see what is Love looking like here. Okay, so now a big old green candle was our first 15 minutes, and now it's trying to pull back some, but the moving averages are open and trying to fan out. So this may do a turn. This would be one, Love, you would want to watch and see, can it go ahead and climb on up above 30.20? If you see that it gets down to If it gets down to 30 or below, then buy it back. We took in $10. Right now it's worth $30. You could buy it back. At this point, if you're talking 2x or 3x, it's in that zone, but it's not 100% breached, but you could, buy it back now for a $20 loss, versus max loss, right? If you leave it, if you wanted to. LVS is completely breached. This is one I would go ahead and buy back, because if I was actively trading it, right? So I let these run for the week because we're doing them in our sim. But I took in $13 and it looks like it's worth about 17, but it is completely breached. No, it's not. Sorry. I was looking at put credit spread. This is not breached. It's a 40 call credit spread. So this is still, but it's at $39.90. So it's very close to the sale leg. Thought it was a put credit spread. This one's still going fine. It's just, if you don't want, we don't want to see that we don't want this one to be climbing, because we want it to drop down a bit, which it does seem to be pulling back. So again, another one that if you were trading it actively, you would just watch it. This is why sometimes I don't like to have too many if I was trading them live, because that's already 3 trades. I just told you they have to be watched. In the midst of everything else going on, you need to keep your eye on that one, right? Okay, MGM. It's MGM's positive. It still got its thing going. Looks like Morgan Stanley's in the money. It's got a 101 put credit spread, and it's between those 2 prices at this point. So this is one that you would have to check the chart. We check the chart to see what's going on. Looks like the same thing is in net. Net is fully breached. This one is fully breached. If you were going to close it, you'd have to buy back for about $90. Looks like we took in about $17. So this is right at max loss territory. We don't like max loss. No, sir. No, sir. We don't. But if you were actively trading it, though, you wouldn't necessarily just let it run all week. You would watch these things on a daily basis to see what's going on. What's going on. Thank you all. Make sure that you click the like and subscribe button, please. Appreciate it. All right. Appreciate it. SE. It's ready to close. It's worth $2 right now. I see $1 is what it's worth. That's ready to close. Schlimberger is ready to close. Cool. TTD, same. No, TTD must not have filled because it's filled. It's just flat. There we go. 61%. Like, why was it looking like there was a 0 here? TTD is in good shape. Exxon, we had the put credit spread 114, 115. This one is breached. Exxon is breached because the price is at 113. Now, if it makes a good move today, it pushes on up. Let's go look at the Exxon chart, because it might have some gold juice in it. Oh yeah, it's starting to do it. We got a little bit of red pull back, trying to do green. This was another one that would have to be watched. Okay, and this is just confirming why we don't want to have too many things left on Fridays. And then the Zoom is also ready to close. Okay. Many of these would have closed multiple days, several days ago. Once they got to where they were profitable and they were past 70%, which is kind of where I like to close them, between 50 and 70%, you would go ahead and close these up. All right. But you see, by and large, we of the ones I just listed, there was 2 of them that are partially breached and one that is all the way breached. Everything else is still doing good. So I wanted to show this to show that as we trade that list every week, that list is providing some providing some profits. The list provides the profits. Janae says, who provoking, the bear or the market? Okay, so that's that. That was our list. This is our list that we were looking at for today. What stock do we want to check out? Do we have any stocks we want to check out for today? Let's go back here and see what we see. Go see what SPX is doing. AVGO is still going down. Ulta got a little green movement. It dropped down here to is that a pivot? Is the pivot turned on? No, the pivot's not over on this chart. Must be over here. Oh yeah, the pivots are here. Here we go. Let's go back to SPX over here. Nope, I don't. I want to go on this side. SPX went up. It hit its thing. It's got a little puts action going on. Got some puts action happening. Okay. Oh, please. Oh, please. Oh, please. Still holding. Y'all still holding? Y'all still holding? We're still holding on. We're still holding on, and I won't let go my faith. Ay, 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 I'm still holding on. I'm still holding on, and I won't let go my faith. Yeah. Oh, I thought I was sharing the screen. Thought I was looking here at SPX. What are we on? The 15-minute candle? This one here was monstrous. But we got time frame continuity to the downside. Are we still in the first hour? Yes, we are, which is why the hour and the day are both red. The week and the month are red as well. Okay. Let's go. Where do I want to go? There we go. That's where I want to go. The watch list at Use Peakbot. Watch list for Use Peakbot is where we go. We can check on our trades for what we may want to look at for next week. Where we might want to see for next week. Watch list. I like looking at, okay, this says the 27th. So now we're not ready to look at this just yet because I want it to be updated, which I think it updates at 11 o'clock. The watch list does for the week. So let's go look at the alerts. You can see what's on the alerts tab. Now the alerts won't give us the lower risk, higher risk kind of thing, but it will give us the full list of alerts for the day. Let's make sure. GPS has been hanging out at the top of this list for a while. AV Go is here. AV Go is actually here with an iron condor. Let me refresh this one more time to make sure, because GPS, what is GPS? I mean, I think I probably could guess if you're going to go with like GPS systems or things that go in your cars or whatever, but I don't think I knew the company GPS. Anyway, they've got, they're at the top of the list. GPS is at the top of the list with a put credit spread. ASTS, AVGO, NVIDIA's here for an iron condor. Palantir, put credit spread. Square is an iron condor. TQQQ is an iron condor. Triple Q is an iron condor. Wells Fargo and TSM, Taiwan Semiconductors. Does Taiwan Semiconductors have a TSMC and a TSM? Does it have both?
No, I think the lettering is TSMC because it's called Taiwan Semiconductor Company. So I think some people say TSMC, meaning Taiwan Semiconductors.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I think they're confusing the initials with the actual ticker. Is what I think is happening.
Okay. Okay, because I've seen on the earnings thing, it says TSMC, but then the ticker is just TSM. Gotcha. And then we've got our entry for the 1 DTE on the credit spreads and iron condors for the indices, IWM, SPY, Triple QX, SPX, SPX, and NDX. This is something we use on a daily basis. These alerts are $5 a week. $5 a week. Listen, if you go stop at any 7-Eleven and buy a drink and a bag of chips, you've spent $5. 7-Eleven, Circle K, Gate, wherever y'all have, Wawa, if you buy anything in there, you spend $5. These $5 alerts are going to be totally worth it. And if you pick just one thing off of here and you make an extra $5 on any of these things, it's going to totally pay for itself, right? I get nothing in return for mentioning these alerts, but I know how useful they are. That's why I talk about them regularly, because I know they're useful. I don't make anything off of this. Now, when you go to automated trading with PeakBot and let PeakBot do the work for you, then that I am an affiliate with them for that. But these alerts, I don't get anything out of the $5, but I think it's totally it's worth more than $5, but it's definitely worth the $5. Okay. Let's go to look at Netflix. I see Netflix, Janae's other boyfriend, has been put on this list. Let's go ahead and see what's over there. Okay, let's go check on Janae's other boyfriend. Okay, Netflix. We're looking at it on the daily. Are you trading it in spreads, Janae, for next week? If you are, I think we see some call credit spread action. It is coming down to the pivot point on the daily. Pivot point is at 666.57. It's coming down there, so it may hit that pivot and go the other direction. Totally can happen, right? So I would look at, it's got a time frame continuity to the downside on all these time frames. So let's go look. We look at the weekly, see what's going on. Ooh, this is what the week looked like. Talk about engulfing candles. Yes. So based on this, I would definitely look at a call credit spread, see if I see any support anywhere else down in here. And I see one way down there, way down. Maybe something right around this pivot point as well, 665. But let's go look at it on the option chain and see what we got going. I'm going to put us here and put us here. Netflix. Looking for next Friday in Netflix. I don't think you're talking about doing it by the daily. It's a 5 spread underneath. Call credit spread, we got the 2.5 spread. So 73 probability out of the money, 76 is 690. 690. What did I say was the place? 690 put you all up here above all this. So that actually wouldn't be bad. Put you above all this. The fray, even though there is support resistance here at 680. We could look there. 680 is a 65%. That would be a little uncomfortable. 685. It's a plus or minus 30 for next week. So that puts you at 698. I wouldn't know if I'd go that high, but I would probably want to stay in the 2.5 range. So 690, 77%. I think that'll work. 690, 2.5 is paying $70. That's a 30% return on the monies. That's let me go back to that, because that looks like that might be a good one. Tanya, you got your pen out. Got your pen out. 690, 692.5 might be very good for. Oh, you know what? I'm looking at the 15-minute chart, but let's see. If I go back to the daily. Yep, still see resistance at the 680s here, and then you've got this stuff here. 690 is still a good place. I believe that's still a good spot for your call credit spread. Let me see. There we go. Call credit spread. Not investment advice, just a thought of what I see. Trade what you want. Trade what you see. Tanya Tiva says, if that boyfriend is good to you, stay with him. At Janae, yes, stay with him. If he good to you. If he's good to you. This is Ulta. Looking at the Ulta trade on the daily. Ulta, part of this gap has been filled, but not all of it. It's coming back up to the top of this gap, which is now going to provide some resistance. Top of this gap is going to provide some resistance, right? 365 there. So you could go above all this stuff here. This high is 382, could go above there. And you could get it below this gap, 382 and 330. Let's go to the trade for next week. 382 and 330. I want to go look at the singles. I said 330 way down here. Probability out of the money, that's higher than I need it to be. Down here, 350. 350 would put you in the 2.5 spread area. So 350 down here, and 377.5, 375. What did I say? 350 and 375. Yeah, that would be something I'd like. 350 is paying $47. Yep, paying $47. And 375 is paying another $60. So $107 for a 2.5 spread. I'm getting the pen. Yes, I'm is. Yes, I'm is. Yes, I'm is. Yes, I'm is. 350, 375. 350 on the put credit spread side, 375 on the call credit spread side. You take in $100 on a 2.5 spread, that means your collateral is less than $150, and your max loss is that as well. You put it on, let Theta help you, and let it draw down over the weekend, and then close it at the 50 or 70% mark, and you good to go. Now we're here. Tanya didn't ask. Is Tanya here? I'm talking to Tanya, and I ain't even seen her in the chat. She probably ain't even here. Let's look at Google real quick. We'll look at the chart. This will be our last one. The cleaning dude out there is making all kind of noise. Hold on. Hold on. I have to sing to y'all while I do other stuff here. Have to sing to y'all while we do other stuff. Okay. Google, the Google got lots of lines on here. Let me clear some of these lines off. Y'all see it acting up. You don't want to do right, I say. Okay, this is Google. I think we would see Google as, what is there a gap back here? What's going on back here? Let me bring this in a bit because, oh no, that's not a gap. Like what happened here? Here we go. But anytime you can't really see good, you got to zoom out. Sometimes we zoom in too close and you miss stuff because you're too close. There's some support right there where we are right now bouncing. There's going to be some more support, another support area at 153. Looks like there's some resistance up here at 161. This gap that was back here, big old monster gap, got filled by all this price action. Okay, 161, 155. Let's go look at what Google has to offer. Google is a one spread underneath, even though I'm thinking a call credit spread probably was more in order because Google is right. It's kind of see. We'll see what happens at this support area where it is right now. See if they can get a stop and a turn here. At this point, the sellers are definitely in control. So let's look on the call credit spread side. It's 2.5 over here, 74% at 160, 85 at 162.5. I mean, 160 is paying $47. 162.5 might be a little safer. $24 for a 2.5 spread. That's all right. It's okay. It's all right. It's okay. But then I would want to put another couple over here so I could balance off and make it into an iron condor. But you'd want to be in a safe place. So for next Friday, like a plus minus 5, subtract 5 will put you at 151. So anywhere below this 149, 150 would probably be fine. 149, 150. I would collect these $14 and I would do 2 of these because it was 2.5 on the other side. So that's how much collateral is using is 250. If you put 2 of these on, that's going to give you $200 of collateral. You're going to be able to use the same money at least. I would do it that way if I was doing Google, which would provide $14, so $28 on this side and $25, $27 on the other side. Put you at like $50. That's about a 20% return on those two. Okay. All righty. All right. Let's go back to the main guide as we get ready to land the plane. Looks like SPX on the day is red. Red. Let's see what the 15-minute breakout is doing. It looks like it's probably broken out. The first 15-minute candle was here. Big O up, big O down. It broke out of there, going down, down. Now it's coming to a support area. So you got to watch it in this area, in this zone here. You got to watch it there. Okay. That's SPX. We can look at triple Q. SPY is probably doing the same thing. I'll go look at IWM as well. Triple Q has come down, bouncing a little bit. Bouncing just a little bit there. And IWM. I have an IWM put in place for next month. It's a swing trade for next month. We'll give it time. Let it cook, as they say. This long wick right here, though, on this 15-minute is concerning for those who are in IWM for the day. Okay. I do want to suggest or encourage that if your life is full and busy and you don't have a lot of time during the day to really watch charts, if your job takes time and takes your focus away, these are things we have to at this point have to do, then strongly consider using PeakBot for your automated trading. Right? You can go to usepeakbot.com/E2T. Yep. And consider using automated trading. Even if you just used it for one of the iron condor that rinse and repeat every day, or you used it for the trend spread and you picked a couple stocks that you like and let it enter those stocks for you. These are the things that are going to take some of that pressure. It's going to take some of that pressure off you for doing your trading every day. Of course, we want to be trading. So even if, because my triple Q and stuff is happening with PeakBot, I don't think about that. There's other things that I still do trade, right? But I don't have to, I know that whether I'm trading or not, that triple Q trade is going to do whatever it's doing at 12 o'clock, whether I'm there or not. It's going to trade. It's going to do its thing, right? So maybe consider that for yourself. Consider, and you can turn that on and off as you choose. You can go any day. You can go in there and pause it. You can have what's called a smart exit, so that way it'll close your trade but won't open the next one. I mean, it's very user friendly, right? And it costs, I want to say, $10 a month. It might be 15 at the most. Use my code there. If you use my code, that's going to give you a discount for your first quarter, I believe. But yeah, consider using PeakBot as a way to automate some of your trading and take some of that pressure off yourself. And you could go multiple. I mean, you could use it however you see fit. But if that's going to allow some of the passiveness, going to allow for some passive usage of your trading, then, let's use the resources. PeakBot is the only people who, at this point that I know of, who are doing anything for us sellers. They're the only ones checking for the sellers. And those my dudes, they're very responsive and very helpful. So if you need something, they're generally, very open and willing to help out. All right, Jamie, do you have anything you want to add before I start to take us out? If you're saying anything, you're muted. Okay. E2T Trader's Declaration. I declare I'm a great trader. I declare I'm a successful trader. I declare I'm a focused trader. I declare my wins exceed my losses. My accounts grow more and more each week. I'm a wise and knowledgeable trader. I always make smart and lucrative decisions for my portfolios. I declare I'm a level headed trader who does not trade my emotions. Go ahead.
Sorry, my PC froze up.
Did it?
Yeah. So no, nothing major to say. Just remember that at 11 o'clock we got somebody speaking. I thought I saw on the I think it was an orange folder or a red folder for our
Yeah.
Forex Factory calendar. So
Uh-huh.
just keep in mind that somebody is speaking around that time.
Yeah.
So that
It's
could be of
Waller.
significance for us.
Yep.
And that's
Okay.
it.
Okay. Cool. Cool. Waller is speaking. FOMC member Waller is speaking. It says Google's second antitrust trial. Let me switch back to this. I don't think we looked at Google's second antitrust trial could help shape the future of online ads. All right. AI craze is distorting the VC market, the venture capital market, as tech giants Microsoft and Amazon pour in billions of dollars. Okay. August payrolls grew by less than expected, 142,000, but unemployment rate ticked down to 4.2%. Alrighty. OpenAI gives artists access to unreleased tools like Sora for New York Gallery exhibit. Listen, AI is helping to change the few games. I know on Etsy, they when you're listing a product, you have to there's now some questions that ask you were these things AI generated. You now have to answer that question to see if it's AI generated. Think, okay, that's real. That's real. Alrighty, Lord, that you gives us the power to get wealth. You teach our hands to war and our fingers to fight. Help us today to trade wisely and strategically. Give us more than enough so we can have what we need and enough to be a blessing to others. In Jesus' name, amen. 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 Alrighty, I want you all to be very careful today because these stock market streets. Listen, yesterday was Chop City, definitely in these stock market streets. So you definitely want to be wise, be a wise master trader. Okay. Use your diamond hands. Close up when you need to close up, right? Let's not get greedy today. Just close it up. All right. Let's do two things. We're going to stay green. We're going to get this money. If you're in the charting challenge, I will see you in the morning at 10 o'clock. All right. And if you want to join, go ahead and get signed up for the charting challenge. And then all the stuff that you need to join us will be sent to you. All righty. For the folks in my community, let's talk this afternoon about some trades for next week. All righty. We will see you in the market. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye, everyone. Bye, Jamie. Bye, Jamie. Bye, Jamie. Bye.
Bye, Alyssa.